Greetings once again, YouTube. And if anybody's tired of me constantly doing all these commentary things, well, I'll be moving on from this mostly after OSS. But this actually is not an OSS game. This is a very special one. The High Stakes Vietnam, I guess, special. And this is one that shouldn't take too long because you can see on the left that the prize pool is very special and it's one that you cannot do a deal on because it was just going to be 2 packages, but there were enough players that there was 3 packages and a little something left over there for 4th, 5th, and 6th place. So it was a $2,650 buy-in, $2,500 for the tournament, $150 for the rake, of course, and the top 3 all get all expenses paid trips to Vietnam, where they have like their hotel and everything complimentary, and $100,000 budget to play in some pretty high stakes poker tournaments over there. Very, very cool offer. And the reason why it's not going to take very long is once we get down to 3, the game is over. There is literally nothing else to play for. So if you finish 3rd place, you've finished in 1st place, basically. I have actually seen this unfold in like a similar, not cash kind of environment, and yeah, the game is just over once that happens. So we're gonna go down to 9. Shout outs to all of these guys who came close, and there's 2 more guys here who will come close and end up with absolutely nothing, so keep an eye on that, or at least bear that in mind. If this were a regular tournament, these guys would be well within the money by now. There were 145 entries, so how many people do we think would have made the money in a regular tournament? Like 21, 18? But this is very special, so you got to finish 6th to get at least some money back, and that is a pretty significant bump from your 2650 buy-in, to be fair. So 6th place won't be too unhappy, I don't think. I've taken the liberty, of course, of putting the flags on top of the avatars of all the players who don't have an avatar. Oh. Except now I'm realizing that I might cover up their cards, so let's make sure it's... That's probably good. Alright, and now we begin. Alright, so Peanuts obviously starts out with a pretty strong chip lead, and really? Greedy Alex. I don't know what you do if you're Greedy Alex here, because you're in 3rd place, and you got King Queen. Can't really blame the fold there. Yanit Poker probably should go for this. It's not great, but if Peanuts is going all in, you can't really put him on pocket aces or pocket kings, can you? He'd make a much smaller raise if he had truly a great hand. Yeah, good call. Peanuts, King Jack has a lot of outs, though. King Jack or Spade. The Spade comes! Yanit Poker makes the right decision pre-flop, and it just does not matter in the end. 8th place, Yanit Poker. I'd say congratulations, but you win nothing. There's so much on the line. I really don't know why Peanuts is doing what he's doing here. Do I even need to say anything? Here we have almost identical situation here. Greedy Alex, especially being to his immediate left, has plenty of chips that can really do a hurt on you. When you have that many chips and all you have to do is finish 3rd, you can stop. Like, you do not have to play poker at all. You're pretty much good. And he's going the opposite direction. Maybe he just realized at the last minute that he really, really, really doesn't want to go to Vietnam. I don't know why. the only thing that can come from doing what he's doing is self-destruction. You would think, anyway. Greedy Alex has so many chips. If he were to double up, like, pretend that he had, like, I don't know, pocket tens and called him off here, and he doubled up, he'd have more chips than Peanuts. One hand is all it takes to completely turn things upside down. Peanuts is just allowing that to happen. I gotta say, if you do finish in the top 3 and you go to Vietnam and you play in some high-stakes poker tournaments, I hope to God you're not playing like this, because that'd be one hell of a wasted trip. Ms. Chandler Bong probably at this point knows that you don't have to give Peanuts credit for anything. Just, do you want to take a ride with A6? She does not. Oh, he's actually got a decent hand for once. Yeah, nobody here actually from Southeast Asia or Asia at all. There is Greedy Alex from Belarus, but it's close to Asia, I guess. I'm already dead inside. What can I possibly commentate on? This is the literal worst way to play poker. There is nothing to say. It's extremely predictable. And at this point, if you have any brain cells, you're rooting for this guy to get absolutely crushed. Like this. Now, Fireboy, I limp there. Give Peanuts a chance to re-raise all in. Greedy Alex knows that he's actually got an opponent who might be willing to play, you know, actual poker. And folds the ace-jack. That's a heck of a fold, actually. And I think he would not make that fold in any situation other than what we've got here. Because he knows that Friar Boy, making the raise there, was willing to risk Peanuts re-raising all in. And if Friar Boy's willing to do that as the second biggest stack, then he's got to have something. So, very, very smart, disciplined move by Greedy Alex. I think Miss Chanandler Bong's got to go for it here. And I will be rooting for you. Fade the Snap's got a decision here. I think he's going to fold. If Miss Chanandler Bong does not win this hand, then they're in the money. And the 10 of hearts completes the flush. The lunatic continues to run over the table with absolutely zero strategy or brain cells whatsoever. And Ms. Chanandler Bong is the bubble girl. Oh, now he's making an actual poker play. Look at that. He was just waiting for the bubble to burst, maybe, question mark. Literally zero brain cell poker up to this point. Bought in for $2,650. This is what you decide to do with it. Oh, wow, nobody has a hand here. I hope Peanuts, for his sake, has a lot more in the bank. Because that's not how I would treat $2,650, personally. Fade the snap. With only 11 big blinds, this is a reasonable all-in move. that I'm sure he will make. He's in the money, you know. He doesn't have the all expenses paid trip yet, but he's in the money. I think he's okay with picking up the blinds. What I always say about picking up the blinds is at least it buys you a little bit extra time before you have to move in again. Really don't know why Greedy Alex is tanking there. Could have just been distracted. Fireboy, in regular circumstances, this is a very playable hand. Last time he raised, he did get Peanuts to fold, so he's going to go again. Peanuts with 6 high will take leave. And this raise ought to get through. Alex, you have 7-3. Easy ninny. Really? I mean, it wasn't min raise, but I don't know, man. Congratulations, you hit a pair of 4s, but there's 3 hearts out there. Okay, well, that's different. What do I say? Like, every move that they're making that I think is objectively wrong is turning out perfectly fine. Fireboy really has no business calling with just a straight draw with 3 hearts out there and a paired board. Okay, well, at least that's the first time that an objectively wrong move was not rewarded. It's one of those bets. Thinks he's being cute by not moving all in. 1 second. Okay, apparently that was his strategy to just get rid of the bubble immediately. Now he's maybe actually starting to play at a game called Texas Hold'em. Starting to realize that, you know what, Texas Hold'em actually might be fun. Maybe I should try it sometime. And Greedy Alex, I'm sure, will raise here, and Fade the Snap's got an interesting dilemma here with King 10. Now, if he min raises, King 10 is callable. He's going to go for the all-in with none of his opponents over 20 big blinds. And can't really blame the fold. I might call it just because it's my favorite hand, and it's got a decent amount of potential. But Greedy Alex has shown a lot of discipline, so you probably want to give him some credit. Kisi Neni with 2 4s, and I'm not even sure I want to try to pronounce that that name with the King Queen. The good news about this one is I'm just gonna fold the King Queen right away. Of course we can see the progress bar at the bottom, but because there's 3 winners, even when that live light pops on, letting you know this is the last hand, it's not going to completely and utterly spoil the outcome. Because you don't know which one of the 4 will bust out until you see it. Can't blame the other guys for still kind of like giving way to Peanuts, even though he seems more willing to play actual poker now. because he's still the guy with all the chips. You're in the money now. You're not going to walk away empty-handed, but you want the trip, don't you? And anything you can do to stay in that top 3, you will do it. There's no win to go for here. Raise from the ace-9 suited. King-queen suited for Peanuts. And 5s for Fireboy, but Fireboy's going to get out of the way. Peanuts is just so far ahead that he absolutely is allowed to just push the action here. 3-betting all-in is not as completely ridiculous. And the ace-9 suited hits them up immediately. Begging the question as to why they raised in the first place when you know you have this complete lunatic at the table. I say that, but I made a very similar move in my free roll yesterday that did not work out for me. I couldn't call the re-raise either, so I should probably start practicing what I preach. I did cash in that one, but you know, not for a ton, but you know, enough. A lot of stalling again from Greedy Alex, and this is a funny hand to play here, but it has been folded to him pre-flop. This is excessive. Like, way excessive. All in from the ace-6. An attempted here. Miss Geberturo with the king-10 again. Does she want to give this a spin? She's got about 101,000. 7,000 in the pot already. She will give it a spin, and those diamonds are looking good for her. And another diamond on the turn. Fear the king 10. Miss Geberturo doubles up, and Gizi Neni is in awful shape now. Just 25,000 left. Under 4 big blinds. The only good news for him is that the button just showed up, so he's got a couple of hands before he's, you know, practically forced in by default. But if you came here only wanting to win one of those prize packages, you're throwing up inside your mouth a bit right now. Okay, yeah, he doesn't want to play poker. He's done. He tried it out, but nobody wanted to play, so he's just like, you know what, screw it. You guys don't want to play poker? I won't play poker either. Honestly, he can just press the sit out button, and I don't think he has anything to worry about. He has absolutely nothing to gain at this point. Gizi Neni with just terrible timing here. Picks up a pair. Absolutely, that's worth shoving in 3 big blinds, but Fireboy's got a bigger pair. Peanuts has 7 high. And does the right thing there. You don't want to just, like, blast around your opponent when he's trying to knock somebody else out. Alright. Gizi Neni, congratulations for at least making some money off of this. But just an unfortunate couple of hands for you. And you're not going to Vietnam, but you at least have enough money to take your own trip there. Better than nothing. Just not enough money to play any high-stakes poker over there. How many casinos do they even have in Vietnam? We just need to look up. Fade the Snap's in trouble here. He's got very few chips. And if he goes for it, Peanuts is going absolutely nowhere with the ace-king. I still want to see at least something interesting happen. Ooh! And the runner spade. Fade the Snap. manages to double up, and I imagine his face does look quite similar to that of Obama in that picture right about now. And he is still in the running for one of $300,000 packages. Not going to call this one, obviously. Blind just went up again. Why is the ante 950? Is that really necessary? Why is the ante 950 instead of 1,000? I don't get it. Miss Geberturo with Jack 10 suited, certainly playable. Okay, I disagree with that, Fold. You're not facing Peanuts, you're facing Greedy Alex. Now, granted, he has been fairly disciplined, but Jack 10 suited still figures to play pretty well against almost any range. It's just a min raise, and you don't have Peanuts to worry about, so I don't know why she folded that. Fade the snap again, in trouble here. Suited ace, probably enough to move all in. The suited king was good enough earlier. Peanuts again would have him dominated. Let's see what happens this time. Doesn't look so good for Fade the Snap this time. He's going to need to hit a 3 or a 4. Not this time for Fade the Snap. Noble effort, but he will take 5th place. Worth a cool $18,750. And with that, one more to go. One elimination, and the other 3 are going to Vietnam with $100,000 to play poker. The loser still gets $31,250. So don't cry over them. Cry over the bubble. Cry over the bubble girl. Cry over the bubble girl from Brazil, because she got nothing. Now, Miss Geberturo has pocket kings, which is obviously nice. Greedy Alex does pick up a 2, but I think that card will discourage Greedy Alex from continuing. 3 diamonds plus another 10. If Miss Geberturo had a 10, then Greedy Alex is drawing dead right now. As it stands, she has kings with the king of diamonds, so pretty much locked up from her perspective, and she will take the pot. Greedy Alex now on the chopping block. Does he want to go for it? No, going to give Miss Geberturo a walk. Friar Boy. Just kind of hanging in there, biding his time. And I can't disagree with the fold there, considering what's at stake, with Peanuts just going wild. I would have folded there too. As it turns out, we would have seen that Friar Boy had a great chance to double up. But considering what's at stake here, it folds the 2s as well. You want to be really, really sure that that you have the best hand when you go up against that lunatic who's just splashing all his chips around. Refusing to play anything post-flop. 0 brain cell poker. Well, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade him to, I don't know, 3 brain cell poker. Because at least he is choosing a couple of hands to fold. Oh! Make that 9 brain cell poker. The min raise gets through. A 7 of diamonds. That's probably worthy of an all-in by his standards. Wouldn't be worthy of all-in by my standards. I would never do that. Because I have more than 9 brain cells. When I play poker, I actually play poker. Considering what we are on the cusp on what we are on the cusp of, I can see why this would take quite a while to settle. This is not a situation where the short stacks would ever consider cannibalizing each other. In fact, you just saw Greedy Alex fold the ace, not even thinking about it. It's very much 3 against 1. And it's not a case of which short stack will... Oh! He played back! Greedy Alex. Here's the King 10, baby. So they'll keep his head above water a little while longer. If you're one of the other 3 here, what you're trying to do is balance the notion of staying in to be one of the final 3, but also being able to actually have chips. You want to have enough over the other 2 short stacks that you can be somewhat confident that you can make it. Fireboy's going for it. Peanuts might look him up with the 2-2s. I agree with the fold there. You got to give Fireboy credit for, like, at least 2/3 of his range would be higher pairs. So, yeah, I think that's the right fold. Peanuts has absolutely nothing to worry about here. Like, to play devil's avocado here, he is insanely far ahead right now, to the point where he actually can be reckless, and they're not going to bite back a whole lot, considering that this is the bubble to something huge. Does Peanuts have to play any of these hands? Absolutely not. He could easily just check the sitting out button and just wait for somebody else to bust out, and he'll be absolutely fine. But he's going to do what's more fun to him, which is just making everybody else sweat and cry and long for a real poker game. Which, if you can beat one more player, you will get a chance to play real poker. 7-3 going for it. 2 identical stacks going at it with nothing. That was a heck of a play. And now she's just going to fold King Jack. She moved all in with 7-3 and she folds King Jack. Briarboy with a playable hand. Peanuts, though, has him dominated. Yeah, I think in a normal tournament... Oh, he's going to fold the Queen Jack. Or Queen 10. And it's the right decision. I think in a normal context, Peanuts wouldn't be playing this insane. But because of where he's at, the fact that he's just playing with virtually no brain cells actually is to his advantage. Jack, Jack, Ace, Queen, King, Queen. The robots are saying, let's get a move on here. I want to see some action. Briar Boy. No way he folds the jacks here. Peanuts has to call with the Ace, Queen, I would imagine. And Miss Geberturo, when she sees Peanuts call, is going to treat that King, Queen as if they're radioactive. Peanuts is going to call, right? This is your chance to end it right here and now. Yeah. And the Queen hits! Jack or a 10 for the win, and Friar Boy hits the straight to double up! Friar Boy now in a great spot. Greedy Alex must be punching the air right now. He is quite short now, and he really is running out of companions at this table. Will he go for it with the 4s? He is. I don't understand that raise size. The other 2 are going to fold because Friar Boy would lose half of his gains if he were to call that and lose. So, yeah, Friar Boy right now is just praying for non-involvement. He had his big scary moment. He's just hoping that he doesn't have to get involved ever again. Maybe ACR ought to reconsider this tournament format. It's kind of leading to non-poker. I'm sure there was real poker to get to this final hill, but now that they're like, on the cusp of it, it just flips the game on its axis. Greedy Alex has no reason to call here. That hand was played pretty much straight up. That's fine. Oh, now the antes are 1,000. Whoopee. Greedy Alex, ace-6, probably worth it. Yep. And it gets through, much to his relief. Fold, fold. Fold, probably. Wow. No, I forgot. This girl's got some spunk. She played the 7-3 this way, now she's going to play 5-8. King 10 for Greedy Alex. Don't think she's going to be calling all-ins with weak aces, though. If Greedy Alex does indeed go for it. Yep. Should go fold, fold, fold. BRB. Okay, Friar Boy. Last thing he wants to do is get involved, but he's got a really good hand here. Four-handed at it in a normal circumstance. Oh, he's just going to rip it in. I don't know about that. If Peanuts happens to call him with, like, ace-king, like, you're probably hating yourself for the next month or so. But you gotta respect his guts. Being willing to throw it all away just on the off chance that Peanuts actually happens to have a monster hand. And another brave move with absolutely nothing for Miss Giberturo. Not this time for Friar Boy. Six, five of diamonds. Nope. Ace Jack again. And again, doing what you would never do in a normal game. The blinds barely even matter at this point. They're just refusing to see flops. The more this continues, the more I'm actually beginning to realize that Peanuts' maniacal play at the beginning of the final table actually makes sense. They would play normal poker to get here. But then there's just so many bubbles to deal with. There's the bubble from 8 to 6, which is what Peanuts was being a complete lunatic about, because he had enough chips to get away with that. And now there's 4 to 3. Fourth place is okay, but nobody wants it, considering what awaits the top 3. Greedy Alex certainly in trouble here. Needs to get something going real quick. Of course, the one thing he would most prefer would be to double up through Miss Gilberto to leave her on the short end of the stick. I do not know if any of the games at High Stakes Vietnam are televised, and if so, they are most likely not shown in the United States. But I do wish the top 3 the very best, of course. I'm sure this is not how they will actually play at High Stakes Vietnam, because I'm pretty sure most of those tournaments will just be regular tournaments with something for first place, less for second, less for third, and they can just play actual poker. But the more I think about it, the maniacal, ridiculous non-poker they're playing here actually makes sense the more I think about it. This is just not a normal poker tournament, so we're not going to play normal poker. In hindsight, I wish I'd never thought about commentating on this. Maybe I shouldn't do it next time. Next time I see this, don't commentate on it. Unless I happen to be participating, which would require A, having free time to go to Vietnam, and B, having $2,650 to spend. So I wouldn't hold your breath if you wanted to see me play this. Greedy Alex just not quite getting anything to work with here. And he's running out of fold equity. Now, as it turns out, a all-in there probably gets through. Briarboy's already had his moment in the sun. I assume, is content to pretty much fold the rest of his hands. Unless they're really, really good. Pocket jacks for Miss Giberturo. Greedy Alex now under 100,000. Is going to need something real quick here. If not him, then he needs Miss Giberturo to pick up queens and Peanuts to pick up aces. She goes for it again. The king-queen's callable, but does fold. As it turns out, Miss Giberturo was not really that far behind, as ugly as that looked. Here we go. Ace-8 for Greedy Alex. He's going to go for it. Peanuts is going to call with Ace-Jack. And there's a jack on the flop. Greedy Alex drawing dead on the turn. Greedy Alex will finish in 4th place. And he will have $31,250 to spend. But the other three have gotten what they came for. And I completely forgot that there were rebuys. Jenny Jake Meyer was in for 6 bullets. Holy crap. She bought in for $15,900 and wound up with nothing. Miss Giberturo at least bought in 3 times and does get to go to Vietnam. Greedy Alex made back the money he spent. Made back the money he spent. Jenny Jake Meyer. I didn't even notice that. I completely missed that somehow when I was scrolling up. Penny for her thoughts. Yikes. Alright, well, that's it for that. Don't expect me to commentate on any of these ever again. Because there's not much to say other than, oh, look, this guy's all in. He's got a hand. Oh, look, this guy doesn't have a hand. This guy's going to fold. But at least this video will stand as, like, a demonstration for what happens when you make a tournament like this where there's more than one top prize. So, see you in the next one.